I would like to begin this video by first stating the various definitions of sustainability and sustainable development. The first definition being conserving an ecological balance by avoiding depletion of natural resources. Or 2, capable of being maintained at a steady level without exhausting natural resources or causing severe ecological damage. Or 3, meeting the needs of the current generation without compromising the needs of future generation. It is essential we first clarify what the term means and the ideas it refers to in order to apply it appropriately. It is now clear that sustainable development has a lot to do with the rate at which natural resources are consumed. But this understanding is gained only through a bite-sized definition. In truth, sustainable development depends on numerous factors that all share an interrelationship with one another. Development is a complex of activities, some with social, some with economic objectives, some based on material resources, and some on intellectual resources. To expand on this, these key factors include economic, social, cultural, and political elements. The rate at which natural resources are consumed or replenished, for that matter, is therefore influenced by social context, cultural habits, economic policies, and political conditions. All these are interconnected to form a complex, ever-changing network. Sustainable development is therefore never just about the wasteful consumptions of raw materials, for example. It can be and is interwoven with the type of people who choose to consume at that rate. In fact, it can be argued that sustainability is a science in itself, as it weds knowledge systems from many discrete disciplines into a biophysical, economical, and social ecology. Seeing as sustainability depends upon so many factors, it can be assumed that most are little understood or poorly defined. Practically all are difficult to predict. Is there then any point in trying to determine whether a policy, program, or project will lead to a sustainable situation? The very terms sustainable development and sustainability have been used to characterize almost any path to the kind or just, comfortable and secure future to which everyone aspires. But like other suddenly fashionable words and phrases, these have been misunderstood and misused with increasing frequency. Even worse, they have been used to misinform so as to gain advantage for narrow and special interests, which brings in the notion of rhetoric. To what extent is sustainability only rhetoric? Additionally, we live in a changing world and the resource needs of coming generations will differ. Therefore, how can sustainable development guarantee that it will not compromise the needs of future generations? Therefore, to characterize any activity as sustainable or to refer to sustainability is to predict the future, an activity that is risky at best. With that said, I believe a better use of language and grammar will help people understand the vast and complex idea of sustainable development, which brings me to the English novelist George Orwell. In his essay Politics in the English Language, published in 1946, Orwell wrote about the importance of precise and clear language, arguing that vague writing can be used as a powerful tool of political manipulation because it shapes the way we think. This directly relates to how the term sustainability can be used to misinform or manipulate. In the same essay, Orwell also provides 6 rules for writers, some of which could be applied appropriately in the communication of sustainable development. An example is, never use a long word where a short one will do. And another rule, never use a foreign phrase, a scientific word or jargon word if you can think of an everyday English equivalent. These rules can be easily applied to books published about sustainability. Orwell also claimed that we should be attentive to how the use of language has limited our capacity for critical thought, just as we should be equally concerned with the ways in which dominant modes of thinking have reshaped the very language that we use. If this very attentiveness that Orwell refers to is successfully infused into the practice of sustainable development, it may trigger a new way of thinking that consistently reflects on itself in order to adapt to new, unpredictable future conditions. Additionally, proper language may also even help detach rhetoric from pure notions of sustainability. Using better language in the discourse of sustainable development may be the key to adding considerable value to future generations, especially with regards to how they approach uncertainty.